There's 37 MCU movies. I've seen all of them. I'm a huge fan of this franchise, but we're going to go through a blind wheel spin ranking. We have our scale from 1 to 10, and I'm going to blindly pick them as they are selected from the spin and see where my taste lies. Agree or disagree? Drop it down below in the comment section. I'm GoBotch. Welcome to Between Fandoms. Let's get it started. Again, if you want to drop your comments, let me know your favorite MCU movies or your least favorite in the comment section below. Is our first spin, and boy oh boy are we starting off hot here as we have Captain America the Winter Soldier. Absolutely, in my opinion, maybe my favorite Captain America movie as in his franchise for himself. But there's a lot of good MCU movies, but where do I put Winter Soldier? I'm going to leave a little room for wiggling here because I do have an idea in my head of a movie I have ahead of this. I'm actually going to put Winter Soldier at 3. So Winter Soldier for me at 3. It's not my favorite MCU movie. It's an absolute gem. We're going to remove it and let's keep going. So Winter Soldier at 3. That's pretty safe, I think, to start. It leaves a little wiggle room. Second spin, and we have, oh boy, we got a good one here too. So it's Black Panther Wakanda Forever. Also not a bad movie. I think it's not talked about enough, obviously in the wake and the passing of Chadwick Boseman as a beloved character and all. Shuri coming in, taking over the mantra and the mantle of the Black Panther and all. It wasn't a bad movie. I thought this movie, it's not as good for me personally as the first film in this franchise, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't forgettable. It just isn't something that, I'm going to rank super, super high. So I'm going to go for Wakanda Forever. I'm going to sit it at a 7 comfortably. It's not bad. It's just not, upper echelon MCU for me personally. So moving on, that's 2 down. 8 to go. Again, there's so many gems. There's 37 movies, more to come. Got a lot happening here. And this one here, again, in the very beginning of it all, you have Thor, the original in the Thor franchise. Very solid film, but it's a little bit weaker for me. I'm actually going to put Thor at 9 right now. Not a bad movie. It's not my least favorite Thor movie. There's another Thor movie that actually is ahead of it in terms of my least favorite Thor movie. Maybe 2, actually. Thor's got some gems. It's also got some really bad letdowns for me in the MCU. So Thor we're putting at the 9 spot. For now, we're going to see what I'll have to put later after that. And what do we have here? Guardians 2. A lot of people are really high on Guardians 2. Again, I like Guardians, the franchise. It was a huge surprise for me, especially not being a Guardians comic reader. Whenever I heard this was going to be introduced to the MCU, I wasn't sold on it, but Guardians 1 did the job. Fell in love with that cast. Guardians 2, I had huge expectations for, and it just didn't deliver on what I needed it to. I know a lot of people love the story about, family and finding your father, all that kind of stuff. But for me, it just landed kind of flat. I do think it is better than Thor. So I'm going to put Guardians Volume 2 at number 8 as it stands. And we're going to move that. So 7, 8, 9 are in locked position. I don't know what else. Oh boy, we're going recent, very recent here. We have Deadpool and Wolverine. Again, Deadpool's not missed for me. Deadpool and Wolverine was a treat. No, it didn't do much to propel the MCU forward, but it was in the the most recent phase of the MCU. This was one of my favorites in the recent MCU. I'm going to put it in the middle. I'm going to go at number 5 for Deadpool and Wolverine. Again, solid film. It's very rewatchable film. You never can have the riff between Deadpool and Wolverine too much. It's so much fun. Really fun, memorable character moments as well. So we'll put it dead in the middle at number 5. So we still got some good ones to go here. And yeah, this is an interesting one. You have Age of Ultron, the second Avengers film. I remember watching this in theaters. Was uber hyped after, of course, the original Avengers movie, which was just remarkable feat. this film set up the stage with Ultron that was going to be this big bad, and it added a lot of characters to the MCU that were introduced through phase 2 and whatnot. But for me personally, it felt like a drop off from the first Avengers movie. It felt like Ultron, maybe a hot take, I don't know, y'all let me know. I felt like Ultron was a little bit of a wasted character. I mean, in the comics, he's a incredibly menacing force that, went across a lot of issues and stuff. So just taking him out in this just felt kind of wasted to me. So for me, it's not my favorite Avengers film. I'm actually kind of low on this Avengers film. And if I'm going to pick between which of these I'm going to put on and watch right now, I'm actually going to watch Deadpool and Wolverine over it. I'm going to put Avengers Age of Ultron at 6. And again, I know that may be really low for a lot of people, but for me, that's honestly where it falls. It's just not my favorite Avengers film. It's actually my least favorite out of all the Avengers films, personally. And speaking of the Avengers, the original, and man, I have a hard time putting this at the very, very top, but I do think it is an excellent film. It's really, really good. That midnight showing, hanging out with my buddies, going to watch this, and the impact of this MCU coming together, and you finally, for the first time on screen, you get to see this group collide and come together. It's really, really good film. I'm going to put it at 2. Avengers 1 at 2 for me. I think it's just a remarkable film. Yes, that means I'm putting it ahead of Winter Soldier, but again, part of that is, I think Winter Soldier may be a better made film. It has better writing, but in terms of enjoyability, what I can plug on and watch and have a great time, Avengers over that for sure. So we have four slots remaining. We have three. We have number 1, number 4, and 10, and we just drew. Yeah. Okay. Well, I filled the back end already pretty well, didn't I? So I don't have very many slots left. I have number 1. And this is Brave New World, Captain America, very recent film. It's not a terrible movie by any stretch of the imagination, but in terms of the Captain America franchise and all, I love Sam Wilson's Cap. I wish he had a better film to shine in. This isn't it. And for me, with what's available, this has got to have to go. I may have screwed myself over here. Brave New World is at number 10. That is, again, I personally don't know if it's deserving of that spot, but based on the list we have currently, that's where it falls. That's where it falls. So we have number 1 and number 4 remaining, and we just drew Iron Man 3. Not my favorite Iron Man film, but I can say comfortably that this I put at 4. Iron Man 3 at number 4. We'll say that. So that leaves my number 1 spot. The next one drawn is my number 1 film. Please be kind to me. Please be kind to me on the spin here. Oh my. And it's Infinity War. That couldn't have turned out any better. Infinity War is my number 1, and I actually do think it is the best Avengers film in the franchise. It may be it's top 3 for me personally. If I did my actual rankings for the MCU, I put Infinity War as the best Avengers film, and it's right there at the top for me. So overall, not a bad list. Y'all let me know your thoughts. Let me know what your 1 through 10 would be if based off what I just did there. How would you rank them different? Again, for me personally, I would say for me, I probably would have Iron Man 3 a little bit lower if I could choose. I'd probably have Iron Man 3 down below Deadpool and Wolverine. So I'd move Deadpool and Wolverine up a spot, Iron Man 3 down a spot for me. But outside of that, I'm pretty happy with this list and how it turned out. Y'all drop your comments for me down below. Let me know your list, your rankings, your hot takes for the MCU. And if you want to see more fandom discussion, whether that be Marvel, DC, gaming, books, and the like, keep it tuned here. Between Fandoms, that's what we serve, and that's what we are aiming to bring. Until next time, stay safe. God bless. I'm GoBotch. Thank you for hanging out, and we'll see you back here in the next one.